Hello everybody, welcome to Tarot to the Star. We will be doing a ghost box reading on Brian Shaffer. He's been missing for a really long time. So the situation with Brian is he was a medical student from Columbus, Ohio. He went missing on April 1st, 2006. He was 27 years old. He went into a place with his friends to go drink. It was called the Ugly Tuna Saloon, and the last known sighting of him was at 1:55 a.m. His friends ended up waiting outside of this bar, and they were waiting for Brian to come out when the place was closing, and Brian never came out. Security footage shows that Brian went into the place, but it never shows him leaving this place. So we need to get into it and see if we can find some clues on what happened to Brian. It's been a really long time, and it's weird that there's no security footage of him leaving the place. So let's get into it. Spirit guides of Brian Shaffer or Brian Shaffer. Can you please let us know if Brian Shaffer is still with us today in physical form? He went missing on April 1st, 2006 from the Ugly Tuna Saloon.
History. U.S. 100.
Spirit guides of Brian Shaffer or Brian Shaffer. What happened to Brian Shaffer on April 1st, 2006 in the Ugly Tuna Saloon? Spirit guides of Brian Shaffer or Brian Shaffer. Was Brian Shaffer, was his drink, was there something put into his drink in which he passed out on April 1st, 2006 in the Ugly Tuna Saloon? Spirit guides of Brian Shaffer or Brian Shaffer. Where can we find Brian Shaffer now? He went missing April 1st, 2006, as we mentioned, from the Ugly Tuna Saloon. Where can we find Brian Shaffer today? Guides of Brian Shaffer or Brian Shaffer. If somebody had killed Brian Shaffer, how did they kill Brian Shaffer inside of this saloon? Spirit guides of Brian Shaffer or Brian Shaffer. Was the person, if somebody was in fact involved in the murder of Brian Shaffer, were they angry at Brian? What was the motive behind killing of Brian if in fact they did kill Brian Shaffer? Spirit guides of Brian Shaffer or Brian Shaffer. When Brian Shaffer was there on April 1st, 2006, there was security cameras. Why did the security cameras not capture Brian Shaffer leaving the saloon? Spirit guides of Brian Shaffer or Brian Shaffer. What is the first name of the person involved in Brian Shaffer's disappearance, if in fact there was somebody involved? Spirit guides of Brian Shaffer or Brian Shaffer. What is the last name of the perpetrator involved in the disappearance of Brian Shaffer, if in fact there was somebody involved? Spirit guides of Brian Shaffer or Brian Shaffer. Is there any last messages that Brian wants to provide to authorities or to his family regarding his disappearance? So much, Brian Shaffer, if you did in fact come through. And thank you so much, Spirit Guides of Brian Shaffer. I really appreciate you coming through to provide us those clues as to the whereabouts of Brian Shaffer, who's been missing for a really long time. And any clues that we get, I post them on the channel, so that way if any authorities are watching, maybe they can perhaps use those clues to better help aid in the investigation. Thank you so much for coming forward on this, and we wish you the utmost peace, Brian Shaffer, if you are no longer with us. We are hoping that you are still with us. So thank you so much, and we will say goodbye to you, Brian Shaffer, and goodbye to your spirit guides. Thank you both. Thank you. And that concludes our episode today with Tarot and the Star. Hopefully we find some more, with these clues, perhaps there could be some more investigation. So we'll see. And as always, thank you so much for the love and support that you show for this channel. I will continue doing these as I've mentioned, and we will continue with this because it helps with any clues that we get from it can help. So it's always a win-win to me. Thank you so much, and I appreciate all of you for joining me with Tarot and the Star. Subscribe, like, and share, and we will talk soon. Thank you. Bye.